This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
This was the scene of Sunday's crash on I-90 that killed a pregnant mom from Moses Lake.
A driver who crashed while making his one and only turn during a chase with Moses Lake police in February is now spending a year in prison.
Central Washington is home to several outdoor activities that people from all over come to participate in.
The Wenatchee Wild took a 2-game lead in the third round of playoffs against the Trail Smoke Eaters this weekend.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
This was the scene of Sunday's crash on I-90 that killed a pregnant mom from Moses Lake. Authorities say snow and hail were a problem for many motorists after 7 p.m. near North Bend. At about 8 p.m., State Patrol says 27-year-old Alyssa Helfenstein was in the front passenger seat when her husband lost control of the car, crashed into a guardrail, and rolled. The crash killed Helfenstein and her unborn child. Alyssa's husband, 3-year-old daughter, and 5-year-old son made it out alive with only minor injuries. Impairment was not a factor, and Alyssa was belted up at the time of the crash. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News. This segment is brought to you by
Maytag and the family Pooch have a lot in common. Both are loyal, both aim to please, and both are tenacious dish cleaners. But only one can sanitize. Maytag, what's inside matters.
Maytag Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
A driver who crashed while making his one and only turn during a chase with Moses Lake police in February is now spending a year in prison. 25-year-old Dominic Sapp pleaded guilty to attempting to elude and hit and run in connection to the February 2nd pursuit. Charges of escaping community custody and driving with his license suspended were dismissed as part of a plea agreement. A Moses Lake police officer was stopped at the red light on North Stratford Road at the intersection with West Valley Road when he heard what sounded like was a collision. He then noticed occupants in a tan car appearing to wave at a red sedan behind them. The officer followed the two vehicles into the parking lot next to Burger King, where dash cam video then shows the driver of the red sedan, identified as Sapp, speed up through the parking lot. Police say Sapp slowed down to drive between two parked vehicles, but again sped up and turned back onto North Stratford Road. Sapp ran a red light and continued north for several blocks at more than 50 miles per hour, driving in the center turn lane several times to pass other vehicles. Dashcam video shows Sapp try to make a left turn onto Harris Road, but instead he crashed the car into a berm at the intersection where he was taken into custody. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
Central Washington is home to several outdoor activities that people from all over come to participate in. One such activity is soaring in glider planes out of the port of Ephrata. The glider plane is a plane that is towed in the sky by a larger plane, then let go to freely glide around. Pilots will attend patrons into the sky and glide the plane from within to run things smoothly and to keep things safe. The Port of Ephrata website says that soaring season starts next month with no exact date given at this time. The biggest event of the year comes Memorial Day weekend in 2 months. The Dust Up soaring competition attracts people from outside of Washington all the way to Canada. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
The Wenatchee Wild took a 2-game lead in the third round of playoffs against the Trail Smoke Eaters this weekend. The Trail Smoke Eaters and the Wenatchee Wild met 6 times during conference play. The Wild took all 3 home games along with a road win, beating the Smoke Eaters 4 games and only losing 2. The Wenatchee hosted the first 2 games in the Town Toyota Center in the best-of-7 playoff series. Wenatchee Wild took another step towards playing in the championship series after blowing out the Trail Smoke Eaters 5-2 in the first game and a 4-2 victory in the second. Games 3 and 4 will be played in Trail, British Columbia. If games 5, 6, and 7 are needed, they'll flip-flop between the two locations. The winner of the third round will face the winner of the Coastal Conference Final, which is between Prince George and Powell River. Of the remaining teams, Wenatchee is ranked the highest and would have home ice advantage in the finals. I'm Madison Meyer with iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.